Hey Gary V, hey Wyclef, how you guys doing? Thank you very much for taking my question. My name is Brian Rips. I'm a musician and entertainer from New York City. For the last 10 years, I've been making my living writing songs and traveling the country playing for people. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is how to take no for an answer and press on. I'm curious to hear from both of you what some of the biggest no's you've encountered in your career are and how you overcame them and moved on to conquer them.
Great question.
Oh,
That's very nice. That was well done.
Great guitar player too.
You know how happy that guy is right now?
Hell, man, you killing that guitar. He's in New York.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he said. Yeah, I think he
Yo,
said.
do me a favor right now,
This
man.
is big.
Hit me at. Okay, we're gonna do this. Let's make this big. I want it.
Now you got to deal with this.
No, listen. No,
They have to deal with this with me all the time.
Let's do
I love
this.
it. Do it big.
Let's do this.
Go ahead.
Right, when you come see me,
In Jersey.
we come chill. Don't worry, I'm gonna have grass and everything.
No worries.
You bring the wine.
I'm bringing the wine.
So why don't we bring the homie in?
Done.
Let's bring him in. Let's bring Brian in,
Yep.
and we could do a little
Amazing.
jam
Done.
session. Okay, that'd be cool. So this is what I'm thinking.
Dreams are made
This
on the
is cool.
Askgaryvee
he's really
show.
great. But to his question, man, I would say the no factor is a motivation factor, and the thing about it is it goes back to what you say. So every day, you constantly have to prove yourself.
Only as
But
good as your last at
You're
bat.
proving yourself to yourself. Always remember that. Because the day that you wake up and you say, man, I'm already good on piano, I'm already good on guitar, I done wrote 50 songs, I don't need to write anymore, that's the day you're finished.
Finished.
Because the thing that keeps us as human beings going is creativity. The day that we lose that, we completely lose ourselves. So to your point, it's just about each one teach one and constantly being inspired. And whenever someone told me no, it was always a motivation for yes.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, again, so many of you watch my content. Only as good as your last at bat. Chip on the shoulder. I would say that I'm wired. I'm curious how I'm surprised how much I like sticking it to the mark. I'm very competitive. Do you find yourself competitive?
You have to be.
Like
naturally.
To me, I've talked a lot about loving to lose. I do. Like, for some reason, Stefan, you know this when we play basketball in the morning. Like, when I lose, I'm like weird. I'm like, I like it. Like, I have like this, like there's a feeling that I want to, it motivates me so much. I truly believe that the thing that separates so many people is people are scared of the no and the loss. They think it's a scarlet letter, and what that does is it makes them not go. I love the way he said, when I get no's, I push through. For me, my early childhood, to answer you directly, because two guys that like to philosophize, I'll go right into it. My early childhood was probably my biggest adversity. I didn't have the same adversity of like being a minority or gender or things of that nature. I didn't have a whole lot of money, but the big thing that I had was I was getting D's and F's. So I was making $3,000 a weekend selling baseball cards in the malls of New Jersey. Wow. But I was getting D's and F's as a 13, 14-year-old, and everybody thought I was a loser. My teachers, my friends' parents, because that's when school was the game. And so for me, the market, the world was telling me I wasn't good, and everything inside of me told me I was gonna be good. I don't think you can win unless you love yourself first. And so I think you're right about it being a one-on-one game inside your own dome. And so for me, my adversity was early on, because once I hit the market, once my entrepreneurial flair came out, my first year of running my dad's business, I grew it substantially. It was over before it started. So, adversity, I think the thing that's most interesting to me is if this company doesn't do well next year, if my next 5 investments don't do well, if my next prediction is that, blah, blah, blah is gonna be huge and it isn't, well then I'm not as good anymore. I'm fascinated by the music industry. 3, 4 good albums in a row, iconic set, 1 bad album, it's amazing. You're just as good as your last at bat.
That's right. I mean, think about it. I mean, in our business, we say 10 million is a championship ring, right?
Okay.
So so to be able to sell 10 million a few times and to do it for different people, right?
Yes.
Not yourself.
Yes.
So, because this is another thing. Okay, cool, you can make money, but can you make other people money? Because the key is, if you can make other people money, you create social entrepreneurship.
That's right.
And from
Scale.
that's right. And then, so for me, that's definitely part of So for me in my business, I remember when we did this score, I got scared after we sold 10 million. Because
crazy,
I said, no disrespect to Menudo. or like, no, I'm not dissing. I love Menudo, New Kids on the Block. I love them because they watching it.
Yep.
I love them. But I was like, holy shit, like we're a pop group now. So
Yep.
I disappeared, man. Got an apartment on 66th Street and 3rd. And I was like in a small room. And I was like, I have this thing called the Carnival. And I was like, I have to do this thing. And I was like, it's artsy, I have to do this thing. And then from there, God landed me Destiny Child, Beyonce and them, right? Somebody was like, yo, we love the Carnival. There's these 4 girls in the hotel room, and we need you to just go see them. And then I went to this hotel.
Let me ask you a question about that hotel room. Was that a moment where you just understand immediately, like did you immediately understand Beyonce had real big time talent, or did that develop, like just for you, one man, I mean some people, I'm just curious how story time.
I think for me, I have a knack. Like Lauren as a kid, 14, 15.
She's from Maplewood?
Yeah, Maplewood, New
Right
Jersey,
right
Columbia, right?
Yep.
So I get this gift from the church though. It's like purely, and the church called me the choir director. I can find a singer in 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, this is the singer that's gonna sing lead. So definitely when I first saw Beyonce, I was like, wow, right? Mm-hmm. What do I remember about Beyonce the most? I'll tell you. And she watching, she know.
Thanks for watching, B.
Yeah, every, and this taking me back, right? So Destiny Child was opening up for me.
Is that right?
Right? Watch this. But every time Destiny Child got off the stage and I went on, Beyonce was always on the side studying the show. Now people be like, man, why is she so invincible? She's so invincible because she's a student of the game.
She put in the work.
Right? So this is another thing when we talk about like, so for me, when I show up, it's not about what I'm doing. I want to know what you're doing.
It's
right?
It's actually, what I do for a living is actually only predicated on watching what other people are doing to figure out what they're gonna do next.